The sky was an angry canvas of crimson and black as the town of Kestrel burned. Hira, a young woman with soot-streaked cheeks, stood frozen in the middle of a narrow cobblestone street, clutching a small silver locket against her chest. Chaos roared around her, screams, the crackle of fire, the agonized neighs of panicked horses. The invaders had come at twilight, without warning. She didn't know where her family was. A masked soldier barreled past her, sword dripping in blood. Hira's feet wouldn't move until she saw a child stumble, wailing for their mother. Summoning her courage, she ran to shield him, though the fires licked ever closer. Hours later, silence replaced the chaos. Kestrel was now a graveyard of ashes. Stumbling through the ruins, her arms wrapped protectively around the boy, Hira saw a figure emerge from the haze. A man cloaked in black with a weathered face and burning eyes approached, leaning on a staff etched with strange runes. "Who are you?" she demanded, her voice raw. "Call me Corvin," he replied, his tone calm but heavy with unspoken knowledge. "And you are a survivor, rare in times like these." "How do I know you're not one of them?" Hira asked, her grip tightening on a shard of broken glass she'd found. Corvin gestured at his staff. "I'm here to help, but surviving tonight means nothing unless you're willing to fight for tomorrow." Corvin led Hira and the boy, Jack, to the edge of the forest, where a lone oak tree bore marks of ancient carvings glimmering faintly in the moonlight. As they rested, Corvin explained that the Lords of Ember, marauders wielding forbidden fire magic, had raised Kestrel to summon an artifact hidden below the town. He gestured to Hira's locket. "That belonged to your mother, didn't it? She stole the Emberstone from them once, a brave act, but now they're hunting for it again." Hira's hands went cold. "How do you know this?" "I knew her." Corvin's expression softened ever so slightly. "And I can help you master the kind of magic she wielded, but you must swear to face them without hesitation." Hira hesitated, but Jack's small hand gripped her sleeve. His innocent, trusting eyes became the reason she whispered, "I'll do whatever it takes." For weeks, Corvin trained Hira deep in the forest, far from prying eyes. She learned to draw power from the earth, to wield flames without fear. Her mother's magic, it turned out, flowed within her, a fierce, wild, untamed thing. But she also learned the cost. Every time she called upon the flames, they seared her soul a little. When she questioned Corvin, he only said, "Fire is neither friend nor foe. It exists to consume. Control it, or let it burn you instead." Later that night, as Jack slept, she stared at her scarred hands and wondered whether surviving Kestrel's destruction had been a blessing or a curse. Corvin led Hira and Jack to the edge of a ruined fortress, where the Lords of Ember had gathered to forge their final weapon. Together, they devised a plan. Hira would infiltrate the stronghold and destroy the Emberstone before it could be wielded. Before she left, Corvin handed her a dagger. "For close encounters," he murmured. "Remember, you're not obligated to spare anyone who wouldn't spare you." As she crept through the fortress, the looming shadows and faint hum of magic made her pulse quicken. She reached a massive chamber, the Emberstone pulsating on a pedestal like a living thing. When she extended her hand, flames erupted around her, and 4 masked soldiers emerged from the shadows. The trap had been sprung. Forced into a corner, Hira fought with everything she had, summoning her fire despite the agony it wrought on her body. She danced between the soldiers, cutting one down with the dagger and burning another with a vicious blast of flame. But as the survivors closed in, Corvin's voice echoed in her memory, "Fire exists to consume." With a hoarse cry, she unleashed everything, the fire within her exploding outward like a living storm, devouring soldiers and stone alike. When the flame subsided, the pedestal had crumbled, taking the emberstone with it. Hira lay slumped on the ground, her breathing shallow. Jack's terrified voice reached her as he and Corvin approached. "Hira, wake up!" But her vision dissolved into darkness. Days later, beneath a pale dawn, Hira opened her eyes. The scars on her hands were deeper now, but the pain had dulled. Jack hugged her fiercely, babbling about how she'd saved them. Corvin stood nearby, silent, but a glimmer of pride flickered in his eyes. "You sacrificed everything," he said, "and yet you're still here. You may even be stronger for it." Hira felt the weight of the locket around her neck and clenched her fist. Her hometown was gone, but Jack was safe. Her heart still beat, pounding with the fire she now controlled. As she looked toward the horizon, she whispered, "I'm not done yet."